Hello everyone, this is Joshua Tossi from the Capital District Regional Planning Commission. Today I will be giving a tutorial on how to use data.census.gov to fill out the New York State Homes and Community Renewal Neighborhood and Rural Preservation Programs applications for 2021 and 2022. The Neighborhood and Rural Preservation Programs provide administrative funds to support community-based not-for-profit corporations known as Neighborhood and Rural Preservation Companies, or NPCs and RPCs. The application features 6 questions that will require applicants to utilize census data for their organization's service area to be eligible for funding. The 6 questions can be seen here on the application. I will now go through how to find the information necessary to answer each question through the U.S. Census Bureau's data website. We'll begin by going through a quick overview of data.census.gov. For this application, we will need to use the Census Bureau's data.census.gov to get data at the specific geography we need. The advanced search feature allows us to choose both a topic and a geography. The topics filter allows you to choose different categories of data that will help narrow your search and find the specific data set you're looking for. The geography filter will allow you to choose the state, county, municipality, or census tract you are looking at. If your service area covers multiple counties or municipalities, you can select each one individually and manually combine them to get the data you need. Question 1 asks us to calculate the percentage of census tracts in the organization's service area whose annual median income is at or below 90% of the annual median income for the municipality for NPPs or the state for RPPs. To do this, we will first select the geography we need. The geography you choose will be based on if you are applying as an NPP or an RPP. To choose a state, you will select geography and then state. So for example, if you're choosing New York, you can find it here. If you are choosing a municipality, you will select geography, scroll down to county subdivision, select the state that the subdivision is within, select the county that the subdivision is within, and then select the subdivision. If you are applying for a village, you will need to select the place filter. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will be using Westerlo, New York as our geography. To answer the first question, we will start by selecting our geography. We will click Geography, scroll down to County Subdivision, select our state, which is New York, select our county, which is Albany County, and select Westerlo, New York. Next, we will select our topic. The first question pertains to annual median income, so we will start in the Income and Poverty section. We will then select Income and Earnings, and then finally select Income and Earnings again. Then we will hit Search to get our data tables. The table that will be the most helpful for us is Table S1901, Income in the past 12 months. For this question, we will use the median income data for households as the benchmark we compared the census tracts to. So we will scroll down to median income here, and we will look in the households column. So as we can see, the data we need is right here. We will multiply this number by 90% to determine the percentage of census tracts that are at or below this income. When you're selecting data, be sure to take a special look at the product label. You want to make sure that you're using the 2019 ACS 5-year estimate subjects tables. There is both 5-year tables and 1-year tables typically, and you want to make sure you're using the latest 5-year, which is 2019. If you are unsure what census tracts are in your service area, you can take a look at all the census tracts across the state by selecting Customize Table and selecting Map. The Customize Table button can be found up here in the right-hand corner, and then select Map at the end of the bar here. From here, you can change the geography to census tracts and will be able to view all of the tracts across the state. If you select here where it says Geographies, you can change it from County Subdivision to Census Tract. Now you can see where all the census tracts are in your area. Now that we know all the census tracts within our service area, we can answer the final part of question 1. We will need to view the median income of the census tracts within our area. We can go back to the main page here and return to Advanced Search. To select data for census tracts, we will go back to Geography and select Tract. We will then have to select our state, New York, the county that the census tracts are within, and then we can select the tracts we need. In the case of Westerlo, the census tract 148.03 takes up the entire municipality. So we will find the census tract on the list here, 148.03. Then we can select the same topic as before. We will hit search to get our data tables and return to table S1901. And here we can find the data we need to compare once again. Question 2 asks you to calculate the percentage of all renters that are considered cost burden in the organization's service area. According to the State Comptroller, cost burden is considered to be anyone paying 30% or more of their household income on housing costs. For this, we will return to the Advanced Search page and select our geography again. Next, we will return to the topic filter. Since this question pertains to renter characteristics, we will select Housing, Owner-Renter Characteristics, and Owner-Renter Characteristics again. Then we will search for our data tables, and we will select Table DP04, Selected Housing Characteristics. This data set contains the data needed for questions 2, 3, and 5. For question 2, the data we need is under the gross rent as a percentage of household income section. This will be the last data set on this table. For this, we can combine the percentages of each category that represents 30% or more. Both of these categories, and the percentages can be found over here. Question 3 asks you to calculate the percentage of housing units built prior to 1960 in the organization's service area. This data is also available on table DP04, the table we are currently using, under the Year Structure Built section, which can be found by scrolling back up. It should be the third dataset on the table. Combining the percentage estimates for the built 1950 to 1959, 1940 to 1949, and 1939 or earlier sections will give you the data you need. Question 5 is similar to question 2, but focuses on households occupied by homeowners instead of renters. Question 5 asks you to calculate the percentage of homeowners in the organization's service area paying 30% or more of their income for housing expenses. This data can also be found in table DP04, the current table we're using, under the Selected Monthly Owner Costs as a Percentage of Household Income section. This can be found by scrolling down and should be the third to last data set on the table. Question 4 asks you to calculate the percentage of all persons living below poverty in the organization's service area. For this, we will return to the advanced search page and select our geography once again. Next, we will go back to the topic filter to pick our topic. For this data set, we will select income and poverty, and then income and poverty again. And now we'll search for our data tables. For this question, we'll use table S1701, or poverty status in the past 12 months. From here, we can scroll over to the below poverty level column and use the estimate for the total number of people living below the poverty level. For the final question, question 6 asks you to calculate the percentage of vacant housing units in the organization's service area. After returning to the advanced search page and selecting a geography, we will return to the topics filter. For this question, we will select housing, and then vacancy, and finally vacancy characteristics, and search for our data tables. For this data set, we will select table 25004, or vacancy status, which will provide the total number of vacant units in the geography selected. If you still have questions on how to fill out the application or to find any data you need, feel free to reach out to me at joshua.tossi@cdrpc.org with questions. Before I end the tutorial, I want to reiterate the importance of making sure you're using 5-year ACS data. After you've selected your data table, make sure to check the product selection up here. If it does not say 2019 5-year ACS, you need to change the product. Using any other data source will give you incorrect data.